Oh my goodness.
Hello.
Hi.
Happy Sunday.
We made it to Reno.
Whoop, whoop. Finally. Man, it was a fun yet exhausting trip.
Yep, we did it. We did it. Had some fun along our way, but it worked out well.
Yes. Gotta say hello to our epic RV adventure, first in the house. Thanks for joining us, guys. Then we've got Diary of a Family, of course. Our neighbors just across the street here. Hey, guys. We've got Fifth Wheelin' Food and Fixin'. Howdy back to y'all. We've got Daydream About Nice Things. I can't talk today. So good to see you guys. We've got Lucky Dog Productions moderator. Hello, hello. Who else? Oh, Jerry Holly. Hey there. Good to see you. We've been thinking about you. We've been praying about you, praying for you and your wife. So it's good to see you here today. Is that everybody? Did we get them?
So far, so good. You nailed
it. I'm trying to really focus. We're kind of moving. We've changed our setup a little bit. We did. So we have our camera here, of course, but then the monitor is down here. So I'm going to have to train my brain to look here and not see myself. And then what else? What other awesomeness do we have as part of our new setup, Bill?
Well, we were lucky enough to receive a Bon Voyage gift, I guess.
Sure.
Joining the caravan from Diary of a Family. They took pity on us because we had terrible sound on a mic with our lavalier mics we were using.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that was awful.
Not so good. So they're like, "Hey, we got you something.
Let's show it out. We'll do a little Vanna. Dun,
dun. So we got a new microphone.
Yes. It's the blue mic. Sound quality. What do you all think? Can you hear us better? The sound at Fantastico? It's pretty smashing. I feel legit now.
Yes, thanks, guys. Hopefully we sound good.
Yes.
Hello, New Vision Security.
Hey, guys.
Hello, Brian E. Stevens. That's my brother with the jokes.
What's up, bro, man?
He's a Kansas fan. I don't know. Jerry Holly, are you a Jayhawk fan?
Oh.
I know you're in Kansas, but who knows?
Hey, Chasing Abnormal. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, that's everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us, if it sounds good, if this new swanky mic is working well. Just let us know.
Garrett helped us fine tune it in. We did a little test run.
Yes.
With just making that private much gooder.
Much gooder.
Gooder.
Oh, that's right. Forget with StreamYard, we can do this. Sound much gooder. I like it. Thank you, man. Thank you.
So cool.
Yes. So we're excited. Now we might have to upgrade our computer, though. Maybe that's the next upgrade.
Maybe. Or just clean all the edit the videos that I need to edit.
Yes.
And that might clear up some room, and that might help it run a little better.
We're catching up, though, because we didn't do Boo in Texas.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's not true. We got to hang out with some great people in Texas, but we didn't do a lot of sightseeing and stuff, so we didn't have a ton of video content, which is fine because we needed to catch up. So we're getting there. We're just chugging along, or Bill's chugging along.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yes. All right. So shall we dive into it then?
Sure.
We've got our notes because this was a long trip. To go from Waco, Texas to Reno, Nevada. And it was our first experience caravaning. And then, of course, we're making this big journey amidst all of the COVID-19 travel restrictions and stuff. So there was it was a big trip, a lot of stuff going on. So we wanted to talk to you, one, about our trip, and then two, what it was like caravaning, and maybe share some pros and some cons to caravaning with other folks.
Yes. Yeah. And I guess we we have Diary of a Family waiting in the wings, and we were talking. We're like, oh shoot, I don't know when we should bring them in, or we should just bring them in. I don't know if they want to hang out the whole time, but
yeah, we've got our talking points. We're basically going to talk to you about what it was like to plan for the caravan, and then kind of our stops. So we were on the road for 10 days, but we only made 8 stops getting here. However, Diary of a Family left from Athens, Texas, and stopped to join up with us in Waco. So they have an additional stop, and we're on the road an additional day. So
our epic RV adventure. Yeah, Whataburger. We need the Whataburger. We're in this staying at this casino parking lot. Of course, the casino's closed, but they have a Jack in the Box, like right as you come in. And yeah, we've only had Jack in the Box once. Not a huge fan. We didn't see. We're in and out country. It's not the same.
No, I mean, it's good if you stop and you eat it right then and there, but you can't because all the restaurants are closed. So takeout, in and out. Yeah, probably going to skip that one for sure.
Brian will can want Jack in Box all he wants. I don't know. Maybe someday if we get desperate and we run out of supplies.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
Funny. Well, should we just bring them on and then we can talk?
Yeah.
And then I don't know if they want to hang out the whole time, but we can kind of get their idea.
Yeah.
As what we're saying as we go. I don't know.
We missed a hello, though. Hello, New Horizons.
We
missed you. It's good to see you.
Yes. I emailed Bob Blue Wave because we've been toying with the notion of changing our time because I think there was, and we understand not everyone can have their own slot and there's so many people and blah, blah, yada, yada, yada. But Box Van D was at a similar time to ours, and they seem to always overlap. And we're like, well, we don't want to compete, so let's pick an earlier time, especially now that we're on Pacific time.
Yeah.
Thought about going to an earlier time, and then we noticed today that she's on an earlier time now, so maybe we'll just stay where we are anyway. So I emailed Bob, and I said, hey, we're thinking about going to an earlier time, and then that's when Bob tried to call us. And I said, that's a Florida number. I don't know anybody in Florida.
Yes, you do. It's not spam, I swear.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know who's kind of doing the schedule. And I know it really doesn't matter. But yeah, we're just trying to not step on toes. And whatnot.
Yes. So at this time, yes, we're still on the 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific time zone or time slot. That's the word I'm looking for. But if you all have an opinion, if there's a time where you want to join us that works better for your schedule, let us know. We're pretty flexible. The only challenge with being a travel nurse is that somehow, some way, especially on the weekends, I'm going to have to be working. So this guy's going to have to be riding solo. So we're going to have to figure that out. Like, what can he do or who can he have on to help keep the conversation going? So,
and that's another great pro to caravaning, because I'm sure Garrett would jump in, or this great community. There's so many people. With StreamYard, it's so easy.
Yes, absolutely.
Popeyes with wheeling food and fixing.
Delicious.
You know what the big craze about Pops? All right, we're going to be all over. She has this list she's going to want to get to. But yeah, Popeyes, the big thing about their chicken sandwich. I was like, oh, it's better than Chick-fil-A. It's the best sandwich in the world. We tried it. Yeah, it was okay.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's fast food, but I mean, come on. White Castle burgers. We did try a White Castle. Where were we? It was in our journey.
Ohio or something. Yeah.
Was it Ohio? I thought it was in our move from Oregon to Nebraska. I don't know. We've been so many places I can't remember. But yeah, we tried a White Castle, and it reminded me of like Hamburger Helper on a bun. It's okay.
I think it was an onion.
Just not my thing. Yeah.
Hello, James Catnese. I pestered him also about the schedule. He's like, talk to Bob. Leave me alone. Don't pester him.
Not.
I joked that I was pestering people. But yeah. So cool. Yeah. Well, let's hop to it. And we can talk about planning and
put in the buds.
Bring them in.
Yeah.
If you guys are ready, give us thumbs up.
Garrett looks scared.
They're excited. They're so ready.
Let's do it.
Add them to the stream, and then we'll do the.
Oh my
There they
hair.
are. Familiar with Garrett and Carolyn.
Hello,
Oh, turn
hello.
it down.
That is loud.
My
I
ears.
just bursted our eardrums.
There we go. Oh, that's funny. So, hey,
Oh
to
my
the family.
gosh,
Good to
no.
see
We're
you
coming
guys.
through loud and clear, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. On
Good.
our end.
Our
Yeah.
Epic RV Adventure says Shelly is unsubscribing to us because of our opinion on White Castle. It's her opinion. I eat everything. I like everything. Don't unsubscribe, Shelly, please.
I'm sorry. This one popped in too. Avenger RV Adventure. Hey guys.
Hello.
Hey, Avenger.
Like to each his own. That's one thing I love to say. I'm kind of a live and let live kind of gal. So yeah, please don't let my opinion hinder you. You can love what you want to love. Variety is the spice of life.
Whataburger is amazing.
Yes, it is.
It is pretty fantastic.
I've never had Whataburger.
Oh, it's a travesty. How long were you in Texas and you didn't have Whataburger?
Or as they
I'm
say,
not-
water burger.
I'm not one for fast food at all.
Yeah, she's not a big
Yeah.
fast food person. What?
Yeah, that's smart. That's a wise life choice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jerry Holly says hello, Diary of a Family.
Hi, Jerry Holly.
So I want to
How about
dive
social
into
distance?
it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're in our own RVs. We're social
Yes.
distancing.
Yeah,
Okay.
but like we've said at the beginning, like we've been traveling together. Our
We
kids
are
have
a
been playing
unit now.
together. Yes. Yes.
We are social distancing together.
That's right. That's
Yep.
right.
And Bob's Adventure. Hello.
Hey, hey.
Thanks for coming. App didn't pull up notifications. Yeah.
Oh,
that
well,
happens
it's
to us
only 11
sometimes.
minutes in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you haven't
Okay.
missed too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But we're about ready to dive into it because I feel like we could really talk forever about this caravaning topic.
She's prepared.
I am prepared. I have the list.
She has notes.
Oh, my. Were you taking notes while you were driving?
No. But I did have to pull. So this goes into our first section. Caravaning, is it for everybody? The first step of caravaning, of course, is planning.
Yes. Sorry, he was.
Sorry, the kids were throwing rocks on the ground right now, so I made
I
it
hear
so
you. I
He's
hear
been
you.
dad.
I might have to step out for a moment.
No worries. So in the planning phases, of course, like, that takes a little, the whole thing with caravaning, I feel like, is a little give and a little take because you come into it with your expectations and the other party comes into it with their expectations, and you just have to talk it out, talk about what's important to you, what's maybe not so important to you, and just kind of compromise and throw ideas out there, and we get it figured out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I'm glad we didn't try to plan a day to go to Death Valley. It would have been so awesome, but it's all closed.
Yeah.
So, we weren't disappointed when we made that little change. But I think that us working together and getting kind of a schedule down was helped us a lot, because then we're like, okay, where do we go from here? If you don't plan ahead, you kind of are planning to fail. So
yes, yeah, it would have been like wandering aimlessly. Like, what do we put in our GPS?
Well, you have to be there, but that's still 27 hours away.
Right. Yeah. So of course, leaving for you guys, you left Athens. We left Waco, Texas, and then we had to make it to Reno, Texas.
Yes.
So
Reno, Nevada.
Reno, Nevada. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Texas is
Texas.
huge.
Sorry,
It's
Reno,
the
Texas?
entire
Yeah.
west side of the United States.
It really,
Man, I wish we were still in Texas. It is so cold here.
Yeah, that's funny. So yeah, our first journey west took us to Odessa, Texas. That was kind of our first stop, and for us, it took us a little bit out of our comfort zone because we were lot docking in the Walmart. So
And honestly, it was my first time lot docking as well. Garrett had done it with the kids when we were apart for the 2 weeks that I was finishing my contract for the summertime. So I hadn't done it before, and I was kind of stressing when we were rolling in and nobody talked to the manager. Come on, you're supposed to call ahead. I'm like, we got to have all our ducks in a row, remember? And what's our plan B if they kick us out?
yeah, that one we just kind of rolled the dice with.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it worked though. So
It
worked.
did. It did.
Is anybody out there? We got to include the people. Have you lot ducked? Have you had good
Yeah.
experiences?
Mm-hmm.
Let us know.
Yeah, especially
In the
with
chat.
Walmart really cracking down on
Mhm.
folks being able to lot dock overnight. I feel weird like putting our slides out.
Mhm.
Like we're not moving in, I swear. We stayed hooked up, but
Mhm.
we have to open our slides to be able to access the kitchen.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
we only put out what we had to.
It was a little easier seeing about 4 or 5 other rigs
Mm-hmm.
with their slides out and their like blinds up in their windows and other things like that. So for me to pull out my slides after everybody else did it, I'm like, okay, so if someone came to me and said, why are you pulling out your slides? Why are you here?
Mm-hmm.
When you're surrounded by RVs that are doing the exact same thing, it's like, okay, well, we got permission. We
Yeah.
like,
Exactly.
so we're getting in trouble, but they're not? Like, what's going on?
Yep.
So.
Yep. Just to butt in here, Jerry Holly's got to run off and do some nursing. Yes, you go take care of that sweet wife of yours. We'll see you later.
Bye, Jerry.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, Who Hat in Iowa. We had Who Hat in Omaha.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Iowa, woo! I don't.
Ooh. Nebraska, woo!
But, okay. But yeah, so getting onto our pros and cons with the caravanning. So for us with the planning, some of the cons, like if you look at it, the cons could be that the way you're traveling is different than you had traveled before. Like for us, our kids are older, so we typically have longer travel days, maybe like 8 hours at a time. But for you all, your kids are younger and it's harder for them to stay in a vehicle, stay stationary, and be entertained for that period of time.
But it was nice too, in a way, because then we're stopping, we have time to make supper, we can just hang out. Whereas when we travel, it's like we're traveling all day, we're probably stopping at fast food because we probably packed a lunch, but for supper we're like, well, let's keep driving, so let's grab something, and then we're just stopping and crashing. Like that's it,
Yeah, I don't think we ate out at all the whole time. It was pretty healthy, and we were
we ordered pizza and
that's right, pizza just that one time because of your incident.
Yeah. We'll get to that. That's on the list.
Video coming shortly.
Video coming shortly,
yeah.
So healthier for us, and we were, again, social distancing, which is the big thing nowadays.
Yeah.
We weren't having communication really with anybody but each other. So I appreciate you being able to shorten your travel days a little bit, because that was one big concern I had in us being on the road for so long, and and covering a lot of miles. We did that on our way down from Washington to Louisiana last year, and it was miserable, and I was so exhausted at the end of it. And the kids were cranky, and it was not fun at all to travel 7-8 hours every single day.
Yeah.
But we were able to change the way we traveled so that it wouldn't hamper us getting the miles out.
Yeah.
So normally I switch out older kids in my vehicle. And this time Edison ended up spending a lot of time with us. And the reason why we did that is before he'd been in a diaper, and now he's potty trained. But, a 3-year-old splatter only lasts for about 45 minutes to an hour, something like that. And that was my concern, of us constantly stopping for him to go potty, and it slowing us down and us not being able to make the miles that we needed to. And so with him traveling with me in the car, that allowed everyone to keep going. And I would just pull off to the side, let him pee, and then catch up.
Yep. And that goes back to the planning too, is we planned ahead, and we all have walkie-talkies on the same channel. So we can communicate from vehicle to vehicle, like, hey, should we stop for lunch? Hey, I'm getting low on fuel. Or in your case, hey, Eddie's got to go to the bathroom. We're going to pull off and I'll catch up. And it was a great way to communicate. And then just to have fun, just chit chat back and forth.
Hey, that guy with all the toilet paper in the back of his truck.
Right?
That guy that
Right.
ruined us.
Missed that one.
Good thing.
Well, luckily, we did have the walkie-talkies because a lot of the traveling time, we were not in cell phone reception. Like,
Mhm.
my phone wouldn't work, or Garrett's phone wouldn't work, and so we wouldn't have been able to communicate any other way than the walkie-talkies.
My phone went like 18 hours of driving through the middle of Nevada where I had no service at all.
I had
Verizon
service.
Verizon was like the
Mhm.
only thing that had service.
I had service.
Yeah.
So people were like, where are you going? I'm like, I don't know. They're following that trailer in front of me.
That's right. That's right. So our epic RV adventure has stayed at Walmart's, Cabela's, Cracker Barrel's, Pilot's, and a few others without problems. They put out their bedroom slide if it doesn't interfere with traffic.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Let's see, Garrett, you stay at Cracker Barrel?
Stayed at Cracker Barrel, Walmart.
Walmart.
We've done a couple rest stops.
Rest stops and casino.
Casinos, yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Looks like, I don't know, Push Cats came in. Hey, Push Cats. And
Hey, Posh Cats.
Blue Wave.
Blue Wave
Hey,
is
Bob and
on,
Debbie.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Hey,
Thanks for coming.
guys.
We're
Hey,
sorry,
guys.
you're not spam. We apologize. Please call us again. Give us another shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's too funny. Yeah.
It's in Florida. I don't know anyone in Florida.
Yes, we do. But we know we have their numbers saved.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny. Bob's
That's
RV
a-
Adventure. I can teach you some CB lingo.
There you go.
That's a big 10-4.
Roger, Roger.
One niner.
We were just using Star Wars lingo.
Yes.
Like Rogue
Yes.
One, this is Rogue 4.
Red
Deep
one.
copy. Red
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Because we're nerds. And that's how we roll. We're proud.
I think the only trucker lingo I know is the tires in the road are called gators.
Gators.
Oh, I did not know that.
We hit
Like
one
the
of those.
chunks of rubber.
Oh.
You hit one of those? Yeah. We hit a skunk.
Yeah.
Yep.
She hit the skunk.
Ah.
We all swerved around.
Oh,
She was like,
Bob,
"Whoop,
you're not
I hit
spam. Sorry. Not good.
Yeah. No.
But yes, he
this
says,
is-
thank you, nurses, for your service. Absolutely.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Nurses,
You're
and
welcome.
somebody brought up today, I guess, because I don't think about things like that. Cafeteria workers,
Mhm.
housekeeping,
Yeah.
things that make
Yeah.
hospitals work. You know?
Absolutely.
Oh yes, our environmental services, I highly respect them. Going into the madness that is our hospitals and trying to turn over rooms as fast as possible, but do it safely, and getting the rooms clean. Oh, I can't even imagine how much stress that they've been under, and lacking the actual people that they need to.
Yeah.
Nurses, we can bulk them up as travelers, but housekeepers for hospitals, they don't have travelers for that.
Right,
Yep.
right. Yeah. And cashiers, absolutely. Like to be able to go and buy up all of the toilet paper or, just get out and get the essentials. I mean, really, people
Yep.
need food, So
Yeah.
yes, absolutely. The cashiers, and they're not medical. They're putting themselves in harm's way. And
Yep.
the truck drivers, of
Yep.
course, the truck drivers are huge. Like they supply everything. Without them getting it from point A to point B, it doesn't matter if people are manufacturing it.
Yep.
You're just not going to get
I
Exactly.
tried to make it a point to thank people in the grocery stores, and I talked to a few truckers on the way, and are you finding food out there? And he's like, well, thank goodness for the Subways and the McDonald's and
Yeah.
stuff at the truck stops. But
Mhm.
other than that, yeah.
Yeah.
Sneeze
So-
guards for the cashiers. That's smart. That's
Mhm.
smart. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if certain businesses are supplying their employees with different things, but I do remember when we stopped at Love's to use the bathroom and for the guys to fuel up, I heard over the loudspeaker, it said, "Attention employees, it is now time to do your cleaning rounds." So,
Yeah. One of the gas stations I pulled over for one of the potty breaks, this time it was for Timothy. The lady we were chatting with behind the counter as I checked out, got a little snack for him. And she said, yeah, I have to clean every surface every 2 hours. And I'm like, wow, well, I'm kind of glad that her business wasn't very busy at that moment.
Right.
Like, can you imagine you're the only one in the store to run everything, make the
Yeah.
coffee, check people out, and you have to clean every 2 hours.
But, it's good practice just in general.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about how the flu affects more people and kills more people worldwide. And just different diseases and things like that. Like, I would think that of everything that's happening right now, that could be one positive that comes from it. That
People are more conscientious of cleanliness.
Yes. And
that's
business.
good.
Yeah.
Posh Cat's keeping it light. I came in and you were talking about putting Garrett on the potty, or did I hear that wrong?
You might have heard that a little wrong.
Eddie.
Garrett's potty trained for a little
My
while.
bladder's about.
Garrett can
that
take
big,
himself
not that
to the potty.
Yay! But I wipe my own butt. What's that song? Big Daddy. Big Daddy. We love it.
Hello, happy Space Camping. Thanks for coming in. Yes. So tonight we'll do the rundown. And I guess we can talk about the rundown now. So as far as I know, it's still Beyond Beauty 3, POA,
Mm-hmm.
and then our Epic RV Adventure,
Yes.
Diary of a Family,
Yes. And
Papa Drew. Then Slow Momentum tonight is doing karaoke, where we get to hear Blue Wave Odyssey sing us some tunes, a cappella, no backup music. And a bunch of people are going to join in. That should be fun. Maybe you'll see what we're doing around that time.
Yeah.
Because now we're, West Coast. It's early for us.
yeah, for sure. Oh, Posh Cat says just teasing. Just teasing. Bob's Adventures. I think this is the time we realize the important employees in society that should get credit all the time. Amen. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's change gears. Let's switch back to talking about our caravan. So we talked about the pros and cons with planning. We talked about our first stop, kind of the pros and cons of getting out of your comfort zone and traveling differently. So stop number 2 for us was in Van Horn, Texas. And that was kind of the start of some of our travel woes.
Yeah.
So a pro there is definitely having a travel companion to protect the ice cream.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Must protect the ice cream. Our freezer started. Well, we noticed the temperature going up. I think we talked about this in a few of our lives. But if you haven't heard, our freezer started acting up, and we're like, "Oh no, the ice cream! Who cares about the vegetables? The meat
Was it that bought $25 worth of ice cream?
HEB ice cream. Awesome.
Second only to Tillamook ice cream.
Yeah. Well, now we've got that up here. Now that we're in the Northwest. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Tillamook is the best.
That's when it happened, and that was a pro to having a travel companion.
Yeah.
Use their freezer.
That's right.
I must say our freezer was not doing its absolute best since we were traveling and boondocking a lot. Normally it freezes a lot better than it did, but it kept your ice cream from going to puddles. So that was good.
Yes, absolutely. Bob's RV Adventure. Did you name your caravan?
No.
Well,
Star Wars themes, I guess.
Well, in our Facebook Messenger group, we were Family Care, CARE, a van.
Oh.
So I'm all about the cheese and the puns, guys. So Bob is still trying to gain men, because I guess it's ladies versus gentlemen this evening on Momo. So you got called out, mister.
There you go. Our new microphone, and we can be crooners.
Yeah.
We
You got some good pipes on you.
Yeah. Star Wars. Nothing but Star Wars.
Beautiful.
Just warming up. All right.
Oh, Bob says, I like the Care Bear caravan. Oh,
Care Bear.
We care. We care. I loved that cartoon when I was a kid.
Yeah. I had a Care Bear.
Could have been the Corona Caravan.
The Corona Caravan.
Ooh, I don't want to be a part of that. Let's see. So our freezer started acting up. Then we ventured on to Alamogordo, where not just the freezer was acting up, but also the refrigerator. So,
Like we pulled in, and no sooner had you guys set up, then you were noticing that your fridge temperature was going down. And
Yeah.
Did we post the picture? Or I took a picture of the back end of the trailer.
oh, we're jumping
Yeah.
ahead. Let them get to
Yeah.
that.
We're
I'll let
saving
you- I'll let
that.
you
That's the
further
money
the
shot
story.
for the video.
Yes.
We'll give away all our secrets.
Yeah.
So
So
that was interesting. But now we were talking about, again, like Alamogordo. I think that was one of the things that was like, well, we've been to White Sands,
mhm.
but you guys were jonesing to go there, and we thought, oh, that'd be cool. Let's go back there.
Mhm.
And so that was one of those things where you're altering your plans, you're compromising,
Mhm.
you're doing all that, but then the pros again with that darn refrigerator. I don't know what we would have done if it was just the two of us. So thank goodness you guys were there, and we talked about
And Garrett's muscles. For sure.
we talked about how you guys were there and like how the frustrations were high, and having you guys there kind of, for me, I'm only going to speak for myself, holding myself in check so that I'm not like flipping out.
The tensions were high. The peach schnapps were high.
So it comes out the most, the people you love the most.
You always
So,
hurt the ones you love.
Yeah,
so
so-
yeah.
in a way, I
Yeah.
was glad you guys were there because I probably would have started
You saved our marriage.
fights. Yeah.
And you don't have a toy hauler yet, so
You're welcome.
Yeah. So, but what else did we have?
I felt
Yeah,
like
and
I wasn't able to help all that much. Because you were doing the thinking, and that's usually what I do, and I can't help that much with the physical stuff. But I was like, okay, kids need to be busy, meals need to be made, so I
Yeah.
can do that.
And that was extremely helpful. I mean, yes, our children are older and more independent, but they're still kids. They still don't make great choices all the time. You know,
Yeah.
they still need to be watched. So we're very grateful that you guys were both able to help in your own different ways, you know, help us problem solve and get through that crisis, because let's face it, that was a crisis.
Yeah.
gosh, yeah.
And I think it was resolved in about 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we moved pretty quick.
Yeah.
Looking back, I thought, well, I guess we could have gambled, because the problem was you buy a new fridge because it'd be a compressor that would cost you $1,000, or they can try this motherboard, which would cost $400 just to try it, but it might not work because they think it is the compressor. So we just kind of skipped that and said, let's get a new fridge.
Right.
Let's go. I guess we could have stalled it and seen if it worked and saved a little money, but now we have a fridge that works.
It's
and
kind
we
of a
don't have to worry about it.
necessity. You can't really.
A working refrigerator is a necessity, yes.
Mhm. And I mean, again, blessings in disguise. You know, we got our income tax refund. Yes, we had other plans for that money, but we had the money there so that we could replace the refrigerator.
That's so good.
Yeah.
God provides, right?
That's
all
right.
the time. All the time.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, Chasing Abnormal had said that good thing they weren't there, because the kids might have learned some new words. It was probably some times that it probably almost happened.
Yeah.
Also.
Well, and that's another pro for traveling with younger kids, because I got a t-shirt, like, it's perfect. It says, I love Jesus, but I cuss a little. So again, that just puts us in check. Be like, we got to watch our words. We've already ruined our kids. We got to ruin others.
We haven't ruined them.
We promise we try to keep it. There are times that those kids are like, look, there's that button right there. Push it again and again.
All the time. God bless them.
I'm the one, I have to watch what slips out of my mouth.
You mean like changing the tire? Oh, fudge moment. Yeah, 100%.
Lucky the whale.
Except it wasn't much.
Oh, and then we're getting the warning. Don't watch video. Some of the kids around. Duly
It's
noted.
after hours.
Yeah. All right. So where are we at in time? 2:34. We're doing good. We're doing good. We're on to stop number 4, which is point number 5 on my list. So stop number 4 was, this is kind of where we split off. Again, altering those travel plans, it can be a con, but in a way it was a positive for us because you all had friends you wanted to see in Benson. And we wanted to go check out Tombstone because we had never been there. And luckily they weren't far from, one another, but we could still do what we wanted to do and continue caravanning.
Well, and it's nice too to know that you don't have to travel every single moment of every single day together and spend all that time together, that you are your own family and we're our own family. And, sometimes some separation for, one night is a good thing.
Yes. It's kind of like roommates, after a while, you'll find each other's buttons unintentionally. So yes, the separation is fantastic.
We would have happily gone on with you to Tombstone and experienced that again. But if we had not stopped in Benson to see our friends, we would have been on the naughty list. And it was very good for them to see us and the kids to see them again. And Diane and Sam, we love you to death. And so we had to do that.
They want us to stop for like a couple days, like a week or so, or like a month. And
Unfortunately, we've only been able to stay one night at a time and spend an evening with them each time. So, but we'll be back to see them more. So.
That's awesome. I love that Blue Wave is is trying to get more fellas onto their side. I don't know, Carolyn, does that mean we have to make an appearance because they're just recruiting dudes?
I don't know.
Well, I've got a swanky new mic. It's not just for Bill. I can use it too.
Oh, it sounds so nice when you get so close up to it.
Yes, use that sexy jazz voice.
Yeah. Smooth jazz.
You ladies can just watch.
Don't shake your head, Garrett. We guys need you. I love the peer pressure. Keep it coming. Art of RVing popped in. Hey.
Hi, guys.
Carrie.
Good to see you,
Mark
Miss Carrie.
and Gus are power washing the deck. I would love to see that.
Man stuff.
I imagine Mark's doing all the work while Gus is
Cussing.
supervising.
Yeah.
Right.
Bob's Adventure. You ladies can just watch. It's okay. So sweet of you.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Oh, no. Now, Bob's no, you got to be there too.
Oh.
Nope. Girls need to show up too. That must be Miss Shelley. All right. Man, we're going to have to brush up on our playlist. Find something good.
Oh gosh, I know hardly any songs. It's so sad.
Well, I've got my thing is I know like a whole slew of like late 90s, early 2000s pop. Like I can sing you every Justin Timberlake song there is, but who's going to know that aside from me? That's too fun.
I think I tend to be more of the what you would call classics, sort of. I don't know. A smattering here and there, but I love some of the old crooners, and I love the Beatles, and I guess it's just the songs that my dad would play around the house, and that's it.
There you go. There you go. Let's see. So we'll have to see about the singing thing tonight. Maybe, yes. Next on our list, stop number 5 was to the Phoenix area. Phoenix, so stop number 5, this was probably day what of our journey? Day 7-ish?
Like
Day
day
6?
6 or 7, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably 6 for you and 7 for us.
Yeah. I don't know about you all, but I know for me, I was starting to get weary. I was starting to get tired, starting to get crabby. I know my fuse is pretty short.
Yeah, it's about that week mark. It gets dragging. I mean, when you're traveling so much.
Yeah, when you
So
can
quickly.
spread out your travel, have a day of travel, a day of rest, a day of travel, a day of rest. That'd be awesome. But I don't think we would have had enough time to do that.
No. And for, again, one of those pros of traveling with someone is that you put yourself on stage so that you're not letting it all out.
Yeah.
To your spouse or whomever, that you're kind of reining it in, just be like, no, like goose fraba.
We're doing your best too.
I'm not remembering exactly what day it was. It probably was our day of rest when we were in Arizona there, but behind closed doors, I was a melted puddle of tears. Aww. So yeah, but I understand the whole putting yourself on stage and making sure that you're in check when you're with others, and not falling apart. But yeah, behind closed doors, that I was showing my tiredness.
Yeah. Well, and behind closed doors, that's where you're supposed to do it anyway. I mean, you got to let it out somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
Ms. Linda Barker has joined us. Hello, Linda Barker.
Hello, Linda.
Appreciate you coming. Thank you.
Hey. Phoenix for me was really exciting because yes, we're doing the social distancing thing and we've been mostly traveling, with one another. But my little brother Josh, so back up a little bit. I am the oldest of 6 children. And my little brother Josh is probably the one sibling I'm closest to. He's funny. He never calls anybody, but he'll call me. He doesn't even call mom, but he'll call me. And I was trying to figure out last time I had seen him. It had been probably at least 12 months that I'd seen him. And we probably would see each other like at least every 3 months when we lived in Omaha and he was in Kansas City. But when he moved to Arizona, it was just so far away and our travels never like synced up with them. So I really, really wanted to see him and my sister-in-law and my niece. So we did kind of venture outside of that social distancing. Oh.
Yeah. What?
Hi.
There we go.
There you are.
Sorry, we hit a.
Don't touch the cords. Don't touch them.
Don't cross the streams. But it was great to see my brother and his family and spend time with them and check out their new home. And, they fed us and, we had that fellowship with them and that was a lot of fun. And that really energized me for sure.
That's good. That's so good.
Yeah.
I have to say hi to X Marks the Spot. They joined.
Hi.
From the Seattle area, Washington. Oops.
Wrong one.
There you go.
Hi. Yeah,
Are you guys surviving the Washington craziness?
Oh.
My mom, both our sets of parents are in Washington.
Yep.
And as far as I can tell, they're doing okay. My mom's like, I probably will never meet anyone in public at all that has the virus because it's all in the big cities area. And she's like way out in the country and the towns she visits are like a couple thousand people and that's it. Like, there's just they're in Thurston County where they're at. There's only like 3 cases that they know of. So, I mean, in a big county, only 3 cases. Yeah, most likely. With all the social distancing everybody's doing, my parents are probably safe.
Yeah, my parents are near the Portland, Oregon area, just across the river there. And
near Tacoma.
Yeah. And they have older my grandparents are living with my parents. So yeah, they've been just very precautious because for their sake.
For grandma and grandpa's sake.
Grandma and grandpa's sake.
They're both in their 80s. And
almost 90. Yeah.
Almost 90s, yeah. So.
Wow. Well, good to hear everybody is staying safe and staying healthy. For sure. Happy Place Camping. We too will do a good 10 hours of driving if we're going far away. We did it even when the kids were home, but we would do it overnight so the kids would sleep. And if I could handle, step back. I could handle driving overnight, but now that we have the 2 vehicles, it just wouldn't work well. The kids would sleep. Us, not so much.
Yeah.
I think that would increase our tensions. Show.
Yeah, we've done one trip overnight with the kiddos, but we were traveling in the same vehicle. So, you know, I could drive and then he could drive. And we managed okay, but we only had 2 at that point. I don't know. I don't think we'd do it again. And like you said, I have to drive the car while he drives the truck and trailer.
If there was a way for us to like switch off driving, it would make it a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
Sure.
You could double tow. Just kidding.
X marks the spot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Richard feels like trying to breathe at 8,000 to 10,000 feet at elevation. Feels like very thin air. I can imagine.
NOTB. Is it John? Me? Or what? I'm Bill. I'm the other Bill. One of the Williams, but go by Bill.
Bill.
So many.
Mr. Bill.
Popular
Mr.
name.
Bill.
Bill and Natasha.
Yeah.
Boris, not Boris. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Boris.
Let's see. Happy Places. They did the switch off, but not separate vehicles. Yep. That's the only way you would be able to get that.
I think if our travel lifestyle changed and we felt comfortable going down to either one car or had like a Class A or something like that, we probably would travel differently.
Yeah, probably. Class A's, I mean, you can tuck the kids in bed and travel. So they can sleep in their own beds and not in car seats.
Or if you have to go to the bathroom, they can hop out and go to the bathroom. You don't have to stop every 45 minutes.
Yeah.
We've talked about Class A's, Posh Cats, but the challenge with Class A's is the ceiling height for this lovely young man here.
Lovely. Bill, you're lovely.
Those 5-foot ceilings are terrible.
That makes it challenging. That and I haven't found a floor plan that I really like with bunks for the kids. So
yeah, it seems like that's the problem with being tall is that you have tall kids. And I feel like all these bunks are like mini bunks, which would be good for younger kids.
Right. Shorter little kids.
Average sized kids. Just like you shouldn't. Yeah.
If you guys didn't have kids, would you go small? We've actually talked about that too. Even with the kids, like I don't like stuff. I like to get rid of things. So I could handle small, but I think for our sanity, with everybody, small is not an option right now. But yeah, in the future, it would definitely open to smaller. Yeah. We've even like chatted about like how cool would it be to live in a camper van? Right? Justin and Christina's RV van. Like,
Bill would not be able to stand up ever.
That's okay. We'll just live outside then.
Go outside.
Yeah. But that wouldn't be for a long, long time. There's Blue Wave. Okay. Bill.
There you go.
Bill, I'm the science guy. Bill. No, wrong Bill. Poshcats. Bill is so lovely.
Well, thank you, Poshcat.
So lovely. Should do a little curtsy.
Yeah. All right, we've got about 15 minutes left and 3 stops to make.
Oh gosh, 5 minutes each.
We'll steer back here. Okay, so we leave Phoenix, and then stop number 6 was Boulder City, Nevada. So we finally made it to Nevada. I have
over a week.
Yes,
we put our sticker on. Yeah.
Oh, we haven't done that yet. We got to clean it first. Yeah. I have to say, I was starting to get a little nervous, like hearing talks on the radio of like certain states shutting down traffic and not letting folks in or out. So like it was in the back of my mind, but I didn't let it overpower my thoughts. But once we finally reached Nevada, I was kind of like, okay, we're good now.
We're in the state. We're good.
Yep.
For sure. But it was kind of a bummer. Like Nevada is so beautiful. Boulder City was amazing. Lake Mead was so fantastic. But because of the whole COVID-19 thing, like everything was shut down.
Yeah, I don't know.
Everything.
If you saw our lives while we were there, they had caution tape around a play set. There were signs up saying, due to COVID-19, stay off of equipment.
And I was having to tell my kids, I'm like, don't even
my
try.
kids were devastated. Edison, being 3, he just could not understand why we weren't letting him play on the playground.
But luckily they had a nice big open field. And I mean, I appreciate everybody doing the stay in place. But for us traveling and with these kids and the bottled up energy, they have to get it out or they're just going to be awful.
And you can't take him to a play place. You know, you can't take him to get fast food and have him play on the equipment. You can't, there's everything, all the options have been limited.
But they had a nice big field. So we weren't around anybody else. It was just our 2 families. And we were able to run and play. And like even us adults had a little bit of fun.
Yeah. You should have seen us playing Duck, Duck, Goose.
And Leapfrog. Oh my gosh, I haven't played that in forever.
Me neither.
I got it all on video.
Yeah. So fun. Folks are still commenting on the RV stuff. We'll zip in there real quick. Our Class A has a 7-foot ceiling. So
there you go, Bill.
You just have to walk around probably the AC units and stuff.
Yeah, we've been in a few like that.
Yeah.
The fans.
The Art of RV. Ours is 21 foot. I want a larger one. Mark doesn't. Yeah. There's that good old compromise again.
Maybe go to 26 feet, right?
He's got a Newmar. He's got what he wants.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. He's styling.
New Horizons. I couldn't live in a camper van. I'm claustrophobic. You know, ironically, I'm claustrophobic too. But I don't know. I'm weird. Like, I feel like it would be cute and cozy. Who knows? Maybe I would just get really tired of it really soon.
It would force you outside more.
Yep.
It would.
Oh, Blue Wave. He's still pushing. He wants an answer. And it better be
Eastern.
Yes.
It'll be
9, 8,
6 here.
Yep.
That's when we go live.
We go
What?
live.
We go live at the same time?
We
What?
go live at 6.
I thought Slow Momentum was
which
on.
is 8 Eastern,
Yeah.
which is 8 Central.
8 Central?
Okay, Bob, let us know. What time is it? What time's he going live?
Yeah, what time?
10 Eastern.
If it's 10 Eastern, that's 9 Central, which would be right after our live stream.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Uh-oh.
That would work. Calling all girls to sing during Slow Momentum. New Horizons representing. And then Blue Wave got to be like, delete her comment. Delete.
Blue Hammers, Blue Renters in here.
All right. Carrie's in. Well, maybe if I have a glass of wine.
9 Eastern. Uh-oh. That's when Diary of a Family goes live.
Sorry, guys. Yeah. New karaoke 9 Eastern. Yep.
I'm wondering if our time is not so good anymore. Just because the last couple of times we've had lives, I feel like we haven't had as many people joining, but it could be just the craziness of what's happening right now in the world. And I don't know. But
We could just be on Pacific time for a while.
Oh, there you go. New Horizon says it's 2 hours long. There you go. You can come in and close up the show.
there you go.
We'll
Perfect.
join afterwards.
Afterwards, yeah.
Nice.
We'll have a raid. A Diary of a Family raid.
A Diary of a Family raid over to Blue Wave Odyssey's karaoke night. Okay.
Slow Momentum. Not Blue
Slow
Wave.
momentums.
Blue Wave
Slow
will be
Oh,
there.
slow momentum.
Right.
Yes.
Tip your
All right.
waitresses. And
Yes. Okay. We're almost there. Stop number 7. Tonopah, or is it Tonopah?
Tonopah.
Tonopah.
Nevada.
We
So
have been to 2 Tonopahs. Tonopah, Arizona has our favorite boondocking location at Saddle Mountain.
Nice.
And then Tonopah, Nevada was pretty interesting.
The hotels there were kind of shocking.
Yeah. Well, and originally we had planned to boondock.
Mhm.
And
So
get
we saw the
another-
weather.
Oh my gosh. What was the temperature, Bill?
17,
overnight.
17, 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was below freezing, like way below freezing.
And
did
we
not-
went through a blizzard.
Yes.
We went. I was like, "What? Where's this coming from?"
That was crazy. So luckily we found basically an RV parking lot at Tonopah Station that
All right, hookups.
look up
Highly
the north-
recommend them. I
I
mean,
think it was $23 for the good sand.
Yeah, it was very, very reasonable. So
It was awesome. Yeah. So, and then of course, aside from the RV park, they have a fantastic motel. If you haven't seen it in person, go check out our live of clowning around in Tonopah.
Flavor Clown Motel. Have you seen it? If you've seen it, stay there.
Yes.
It's like the Bates Motel.
We drove past. That's it.
Yeah, it was creepy. The parking lot.
Well, and
That's
then
about
you-
as far as I would get.
It was fun. We had a good movie and that was
Mhm.
popcorn movie
Yep.
night.
Yep, with the kiddos.
Thank you, Natasha, for hosting that. My kids enjoyed it hugely.
that was fun.
And I cried in the movie again.
Chopped liver over here. I wasn't part of that. No, all right. That's cool.
Oops, I can't.
Then what? Get
And
through it.
then the last stop, Reno.
Get Reno.
Finally.
Yay.
I don't know, just rolling in through town, just like checking out the mountains and having a little dusting of
Stunning.
snow. It's so beautiful here.
We're trying to capture it out of our back window. We could almost
You can
try
kind
to zoom in.
of see it right there.
Maybe we'll do that right at the end. That'll mess it up.
Stick the webcam out the window and be like, here you go. Check it
I
out.
even washed it. I washed the window because our RV is filthy from traveling through the dust in the desert. So I
Yeah.
washed.
It's hard.
You can see the evergreen tree.
Oh, and the pine cones here are, they're not little pine cones.
No, they're big pine cones.
Ponderosa pine cones are massive.
They're huge.
So I can't wait to get out and explore. Of course, we can't, the casinos and things like that are closed, which is fine because I don't like gambling. But to be able to go and explore Tahoe and to go hiking and to be outdoors and still practicing social distancing and be in this beauty of this land, I'm very excited for that.
Yes, and I hope at some point very soon in our contract that they will open California back up, because at this point we're not allowed to go into California at all. And we'll see if our contract will let us.
Which is crazy because yards away from where our RV park is the border between California and Nevada.
But I mean, our contract, I know they're being super careful, but if we have to what do you call it?
Self-isolate.
We can't go through California at all. If we do, we have to mark it on our calendar, and like they won't let us work and everything. It's like pretty ridiculous. But I guess they're like, anybody from Washington, California, and New York have to be quarantined for like 2 weeks before they work. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. But luckily we have jobs and, we can still get out there and we can help people that are affected by not only this illness, but, so many other illnesses, so many other reasons to be in the hospital. So counting our blessings for sure.
That's true.
Hello, Eric from By Cats for Cats. That's one of my other brother.
The other brother. Hey,
and our national adventure. Hello.
Hey, guys.
Hi, guys.
So we are running out of time.
Yep.
Are you guys staying with us, or do you want us to let you go?
We're not going anywhere.
We got 2 minutes. I'm going to do the rundown again. So tonight, coming right up after us is Beyond Beauty 3. We need more wrenches so we can get some links in the... But anyway, Beyond Beauty 3 is next. POA, Proceeding Onward
in America.
And then after that is our epic RV adventure. I don't know if Papa Drew's on this week. But then we have Diary of a Family. And of course, Super Sabado. What is today? I don't know.
Papa Drew's on.
Super Karaoke Night.
Yes.
Is Papa Drew on right now?
Papa Drew is live right now.
Yeah.
He probably has a camera set up off his balcony watching people cross the road. Or something like that.
He's been doing these streams so you can just watch the people outside and have a text chat with everybody online.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that's cool. So yes, when you leave here, go over to Beyond Beauty 3. She's usually doing some fun trivia stuff. Tell her we sent you. Tell her it's an NOTV raid.
Boop, boop.
Just for fun. And then we're still pondering if we want to switch our time. Maybe I'll call. We'll think about it. I don't know.
But so far, we're sticking to the 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific, time slot on Sundays. Yep. And then we'll see if we see you this evening, and share our vocal stylings with you all.
Whoop, whoop.
Vocal stylings.
Oh,
I've done a
right.
total of like one karaoke night.
So, Diary of a Family, would you do it again?
Would we do it again?
no.
Carol.
Would you carabine?
Just kidding.
Yes, we
Just
would
kidding.
do it again.
Yes, we would totally do it again.
Natasha, would you do it again?
Definitely. I would definitely do it again. I had a lot of fun. And like I've said before, despite the trials and tribulations and things that went wrong, we came out stronger and as a tighter unit in the end. So yeah, definitely had a great time. Would definitely do it again.
I did want to put Bill's trucker GPS in timeout a couple times, but overall it worked out just fine.
It always worked out. The airport. We're going to the airport. Yes, Garrett, we're going to the airport. Oh, yeah, we drove down the freaking strip in Vegas with our RV.
Yes.
I was like, this is
40-foot RVs rolling down Vegas.
We'll have to put on some clip for you guys tonight on our live stream, and we'll also talk about how I got lost from everybody.
Wow, Blue Wave, thank you for being courteous and being the only one to ask me if I would.
Now you didn't give us an opportunity. Don't be a spoil sport.
Yes, Bob.
Would you?
I would do it again.
All right. So we are over our time. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us. Be safe wherever you are. We're praying for you out there. And remember, nurse tip of the week, wash your hands. All right. Be well, everybody.
See you over at Beyond Beauty 3. I'm Bill.
And I'm Natasha with Nursing Your Travel Bug, encouraging you to nurse what you love.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you all. Thanks for coming.
It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, beautiful Bill.
Thank you.